まさか今年も親族会議にお出にならないつもりですかな。
Ah, fuck him. Nanja looked at Kenzo's face, sighing. Kenzo's eyes remained rooted to a strange book on magic.
ハゲタカどもの議論に加わるつもりはない。好きに我が骨のしゃぶり方でも議論するがよかろう。実にくだらぬ。
You can't fucking blame him.
やれやれ、困ったものですな。
Nanja shook his head slightly. To him, children and grandchildren were lovely things. He believed watching them grow was the only way to truly enjoy old age. So Kinzo's words were very saddening to Nanjo.
この部屋を出るべき時が来れば私は姿を現す。あれが姿を未だ現さぬようにな。
When Kinzo raised his face, his gaze pointed at the portrait of the witch, which was respectfully displayed on the wall. Kinzo's mind didn't dwell for a moment on the fact that today was the family conference, where all of his beloved relatives would gather. It was filled only by the face of the witch in the oil painting, who never smiled except inside the portrait. Everybody knew that interrupting Kinzo when he talked about Beatrice would trigger his wrath.
私は今日ある儀式を執り行う。
それは何ですかな。
儀式というよりは博打に近い。なぜならリスクを負わぬ魔法に奇跡は宿らぬからだ。
Nanjo had heard Kinzo say this many times before. You might even call it a pet phrase of Kinzo's. Kinzo apparently believed that magic and miracles could occur if you gambled your own fate with a certain amount of risk and triumph.
かつて黄金のギャンブラーと言われた金蔵さんがいつお迎えが来てもおかしくないそのご老体で一体どんな博打に挑みますやら。これは見ものですな。
Thanks, Nanjo.
なるほど。研究を尽くした秘術の儀式も魔法にたけぬお前にかかれば博打呼ばわりか。まあいい。奇跡を信じる私が勝てばお前の目には水鏡にしか見えなかったであろう我が研究のすべてがこの日に結実したことをはっきりと理解できるだろう。お前が勝てば見たままの通りいつ迎えが来てもおかしくない年寄りの水鏡に終わるだけだ。
You are gonna die.
一体どんなギャンブルを始めるやら。あなたの友人としてその賭けに、いや儀式でしたか。その儀式にあなたが勝てるよう心からお祈りするだけです。
感謝する。
そういえば金蔵さん、今年の親族会議には懐かしい客がおられるそうですな。
何？
Yeah, Battler. For once, Kinzo reacted to Nanjo's words and turned around.
ほら、ルドルフさんのところのバトラ君です。6年ぶりにおいでになるそうじゃありませんか。きっと立派になっていますよ。
なんだ、バトラか。6年ぶり程度の客人など懐かしいなどと呼びはせぬ。
After hearing Battler's name and making a disappointed and ill-humored expression, Kinzo turned his back again.
金蔵さんにとっての6年などこの部屋で研究に没頭すればあっという間のことでしょうからな。
Yeah, no shit.
本当に懐かしい。あるいは訪れるかもしれん。
Yes, yes, Beatrice, blah blah blah.
すべてはルーレットの出目次第だ。すでにルーレットは回り始めている。ルージュかノワールか。今宵ルーレットがどんな奇跡を見せてくれるのか楽しませてもらおうではないか。 配当は大きいぞ。そして負ける気はせぬ。ベアトリーチェよ、我が賭けを受けるがいい。
At that time, the telephone on the table rang. The piercing sound seemed to irritate Kinzo, and he picked up the receiver to preserve the silence as much as he could.
何事か。私は忙しい。
源氏でございます。親族の皆様方が到着。
だからどうしたというのだ。適当に茶でも出せばよい。
かしこまりました。そのようにいたします。
Kinzo hung up the phone rudely. Looking at that, Nanjo sighed yet again and shifted his attention outside the window. As he is now, I doubt Kinzo would pay any heed to any sort of guess. Could any guess possibly make Kinzo come out when the time comes, as he said? Kinzo had a single person in mind, but that was a guest who certainly wouldn't appear. Nanjo stared at the witch of the portrait, and with an impassive expression, unable to decide whether it was smiling or sad, he then gazed up at the lead-colored sky. Damn. Oh, god damn it. Go away. Oh, hello. So are all the pieces in place. Shall we line them all up again and start a new game?
何か問題は?
No objections.
ねえよ。
Oh, hello. The witch looked at him challengingly while elegantly smoking her pipe. And Battler? He just rudely shrugged his shoulders as if he didn't care what she said. She did. He didn't meet her eyes. But that didn't mean he didn't intend to challenge her. It showed his clear determination that to never be taken in by this bastard's tricks. It was an expression of his determination to fight.
まさか無策ではあるまい
お前の出方がわからねえ以上、策も何もねえぞ。好きに先手を取ればいいじゃねえか。
もちろんそうさせていただくぞ。お前の守りをいかに崩すか、なんてで詰めるか。
You probably won't actually be able to.
わらわの腕の見せどころよ。
お前がどんな手で来よう、俺はお前を信じない。その一点を俺が貫き通す限り、俺に負けはない。ってことはだ、このゲームはお前に勝てないようにできてるぜ。
That's true.
そうかもしれん。しかしな、ゲームを何度繰り返すかはわらわが決めるぞ。そしてわらわが勝ち、そなたが負けを認めるまで何度でも繰り返されるぞ。つまりこれは災難よ。そなたがわらわに屈服するまで続く永遠の災難。そなたがわらわを魔女の存在を認めるまで永遠に続く。
Guess I'll just have to be around for a while.
なら、俺もお前が根負けするまで何度でも無限に付き合ってやるぜ。意地の張り合いってやつでは負けた例がねえんだ。
どこぞの魔女にでも入れ知恵されたか。まあよい。
コタクは聞き飽きたぜ。さあ、おっ始めやがれ。
さあ始めようではないか。そなたの指し手はすでに知り尽くしておる。手の内を知られた守りなどたかが知れておる。同じ手でしのぎきれると思うでないぞ。
ベアトリーチェ、一つだけ最初に言っておくことがある。
なんだ。
お前が何をのたまおうと自由だ。だが常に俺が自分で決める。
True.
貴様の魔法がどれほどのものだったとしても、俺の魂は屈しない。これは俺への拷問だと。
This is a game.
違うね。
ならばなんだというのか。
これはお前への拷問なのさ。お前がいつ俺に屈し諦めるか、それまで繰り返される拷問なのさ。
面白いからその例えやよし。互いを苛み合う拷問とは実に面白い。さーて始めようではないか、後ろ宮バトラー。
Let's start this fucking game. We'll get the clocks back. Every year, the relatives visiting Rokenjima would let out a sigh of admiration at the rose garden that first greeted them. They would stop there to chat about the roses' beauties and how well they were blooming that year. In the midst of all this, there was a single unhealthy rose, and Maria had become overwhelmed with dejection at its condition. But George used his quick wits. And saying that everything would be fine if they took care of this poor thing, marked it with a candy wrapper and immediately restored Maria's good mood. Then Battler, with whom she had been getting along well since that morning, started talking about Halloween. It was such a favorite topic of Maria that she began playing around energetically again. To Maria, that marshmallow jack-o'-lantern candy bought by her mother was probably the greatest sort of treasure. They seemed to have bought several, and she demanded a trick or treat from every person she met, giving them candy instead of the other way around.
マリアはどうしてこんなにハロウィンが好きなんだろうな。
Because she's crazy as shit.
日本人には一つ馴染みにくいイベントだと思ってたんだが。
仮装行列で練り歩く子供のお祭りだからじゃねえのか。
Yeah.
普段と違う格好をしてはしゃぎ合うってのは楽しいぜ。
多分僕はもう少しディープな理由によるものだと思うな。何しろ魔女のマリアちゃんだからね。
そういや、飛行場でもマリアは仮装するなら魔女になりたいって言っていたっけ。マリアって魔女が好きなんだ。
Like him.
ええ、大好きよ。困ったくらいに。
I'd imagine.
まあまあ。
Well, when she probably brings it up literally every day, and it probably gets just frustrating for everyone
あ
else.
のくらいの年頃はファンタジックな存在に憧れるもんですから。せめてテレビアニメのヒロインに憧れるくらいなら可愛いんだけど。
Judging by Rose's appearance, she wasn't very happy about her daughter's love for witches as a mother. The cousins other than Battler seemed to realize this, and they shrugged, wearing stiff smiles.
ほーん、魔女好きだとハロウィンも好きになるって論法なのか。わかんなきゃ本人に聞けばいいか。おいマリア、ハロウィンと魔女って何か関係あるのか。
As Battler asked that, George and Jessica let out a stifled ah, as if they were trying to stop him, but too late. Maria might have been waiting for just that question. After beaming for an instant, her expression turned a little mean, as if to say, "You're totally clueless, aren't you?" Ah, god damn it. It was the face of a hobbyist who's been ticked off by an outsider saying something stupid about their favorite subject.
ケルト人は1年間を通じてその勢いを変える太陽は
Oh my god. No! No! Battler, you fool!
1年を通して生まれ育ち老いて死んでそして再び蘇ると考えていたの。
I can tell why Rose is a little bit, tired of the witch talk.
納得だな。春のか弱いポカポカした太陽がどんどん成長して暑いくらいになり、次第に痩せ衰えていく様をなるほど太陽の一生と考えるのもうなずけるぜ。
うん。それで太陽が1年の生涯を終えて死ぬその日を大晦日サビンと呼んでお祝いしたの。
What the fuck?
再び日照時間が長くなりだす冬至の日を太陽の復活の日とする考え方はとても面白いよね。古代の人々がいかに太陽を神聖視していたかがわかるエピソードだよ。
なんでそれが魔女とどう関係があるんだ？
It seemed that my casual urging forward had slightly infuriated Maria. She glared at me with eyes that told me to shut up while she explained. Maria seemed to be having a blast as she talked, so I decided not to interrupt.
10月と11月の狭間は生と死が最も近くなる。
Because reasons.
ケルト人たちはこの時期に生者の世界と死者やこの世ならざる者の世界が最も近づき、異界の住人たちがたくさん訪れると信じてたの。日本でいうお盆みたいなものだよ。
At the time, people believed that souls returning to the physical world would go into people's houses and possess people and do bad things. So in order to avoid harm, they performed rituals. One of those was to imitate creepy monsters and scare the souls back, which was apparently a way to avoid being possessed.
その部分がお祭りになっていって仮装行列になってったんだな。マリアは本当に物知りだぜ。
Of course she does.
ほんまやな。わしもハロウィンに備えな言われがあるなんて知らんかったわ。
しかしそれのどこにお菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞってのが出てくるんだ。
Her knowledge was so extensive that the adults had suddenly started listening in too. Maria, who was normally treated like the youngest of all the time, puffed out her chest with pride. Saying that this was just a kid's discussion, Rosa suggested that the adults go on ahead and set their luggage down in the guest house. But nobody else agreed to go with her, and she let out a heavy sigh. I'd go with her. No, but she doesn't want her child making a fool out of herself, probably. That's what I'd imagine. So just to distract everyone, hey, how about we just go back and let's go away? Because it's just gonna be just hours and on hours about this topic.
トリックオアトリートは単なるお遊び。本来のケルト人たちの儀式とは何の関係もない。それは後にキリスト教の習慣が混合してできたものなの。でもマリアは本来のハロウィンの姿とはそうあるべきだと思うの。
According to Maria, the souls of the dead weren't the only ones who visited from the non-human world. There were also spirits with intimate connections to people's everyday lives. Humans could receive favors from those spirits, so they'd manage to gain magnificent blessings, as well as a year's worth of good crops.
つまりハロウィンってのは収穫祭の意味も少しはあったわけか。
なるほどな。
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it is around that time. It's like the fall. Well, it's not like the fall, it is during fall. And most of the crops are starting to ripen at that point.
言われてみりゃ10月ってのは季節的にもいろいろ節目って気がするぜ。日本の4月のちょうど反対側だもんな。なるほど。キリはいいかもしれねえな。
そしてね、魔女たちはね、その時期に魔女集会サバトを開いたの。
Of course they do.
魔女たちは豊かな恵みをもたらしてくれた精霊たちに感謝しねぎらったの。
ハロウィンの仮装は向こうから来る客人たちの模倣。つまり彼らにお菓子を施すのは1年の収穫への感謝の気持ちがあってもいいわけだね。
ジョージお兄ちゃんの言う通り。
つまりハロウィンはこの世とあの世の交流のある時期ってわけなんだな。それでつまり魔女たちにとってはそういう世界の客人たちと交流できる大切な機会だったと。
So this whole thing is supposed to be like that. This whole family meeting is basically what they're going to call the Sabbath, or a Sabbath of witches. Because at least two of got together. Who knows if there's more? But I guess that's the direction they're going to take it in, as that quote other world.
そう言いたいわけか。
バトラの言う通り。
Because there'd be no other point in bringing all this up if it didn't relate at all.
だからね、 だからね、魔女たちや悪魔たちの力が最も活発で盛んになるのが10月なの。きっとベアトリーチェも来てくれる。そしてね、一緒にマシュマロお菓子食べてマリアも黄金鏡に連れてってもらうの。一緒に魔法のお歌を歌って魔法の呪文を習って魔法陣の書き方を習うの。そしてね、ルーンの秘密を習って早くマリアを立派な魔女にしてもらうの。
Beautiful.
あらあら、それは素敵ね。
Ah, snide comment coming in 10 seconds.
子供は夢があるのが一番よ。ところでローザ、
Oh my god.
マリアちゃんは今年でいくつになったんだった
Fuck
かしら。
off. Oh my god. Fuck off.
マリア、もうそのお話は終わりにしなさい。
気にしないでローザさん。女の子なら誰だって一度は思い描く夢じゃない。
ありがとうございます。でももうマリアはそういう年を卒業していますので。こら、やめなさいと言ってるでしょ。
Rosa scolded Maria, trying to shut her up before her cheery discussion about black magic earned her the snickers of the relatives.
そいつはなんだかスケールのでかい話だな。ところでベアトリーチェって誰だっけ？なんだっけ？聞いた名前だな。
Yes, the witch of this island. Battler had been gone for 6 years and had completely forgotten about the legend of the Rokenjima witch. However, when he said he didn't know Beatrice's name, Maria's once bright mood soured in an instant. When he saw that, Battler immediately remembered that it was the name of the witch of this island, but the damage had been done. Until Maria's mood improved, she went on and on about many mysterious and fabulous episodes regarding the Golden Witch.
もうよしなさいマリア。ありがとうねバトラ君、お話に付き合ってくれて。
But shut the fuck up.
カノン君、お仕事があるんでしょ。もう行ってちょうだい。ゴーダさん、みんなとりあえず荷物を置きたがってると思うの。悪いんだけど、みんなをゲストハウスへ案内してくれるかしら。
かしこまりました。それでは皆様、ゲストハウスへご案内いたします。
それでは失礼いたします。
Yeah, get to work, Cannon. Goda led the relatives, and they began to head towards the guest house. They were eager to set down their luggage and take a breather, so they didn't realize that Rosa and Maria weren't coming with them. Oh, goody. After watching them lead towards the guest house, Rosa's face changed suddenly. She let go of the hand that had been gripping Maria this whole time. This is why I believe she does have a split personality, because just like the whole idea that her face like instantly changed. There was a bright red mark there, making it clear how much excessive force she had been using on Maria's slender arm. That hand then slapped against Maria's head, pinched her left ear, and lifted.
魔女の話はするなといつも言ってるでしょうが。それはママとの約束だといつも言っているでしょ。
ママ痛い、ママ痛い、痛い。
ハロウィンうるさいのよあんたは。魔女のお祭り？ケルト人が何よ、黒魔術が何よ、バカじゃないの。あんた9歳よ9歳。電車であんなに騒ぐからわざわざ電車降りてまでその蛍光塗料みたいな気持ち悪いお化けマシュマロを買ってやったのよ。遅刻してまであんたに買ってやったのよ。あんたどこまで私の顔を潰せば気が済むのよ。
Beautiful. As Rosa cursed, she twisted Maria's ear up, almost as though she was about to tear it off. An expression of anguish spread across Maria's face while she frantically stood on her tiptoes, trying to soften the pain in that ear. Rosa suddenly grabbed the candy that Maria had been holding. She threw it on the ground and stepped on it over and over. To Maria, it was supposed to be proof of a memory of a brief span of time when her mother had bought something fun for her. But now that same mother was grinding it into the ground right in front of her. It was as though a brand had been pushed into Maria's eye, leaving a mark that could never be erased. As she said that, she struck Maria's head over and over again with her palm. She didn't hit Maria's face, because the red swelling would stand out. Maria closed her eyes tightly, patiently bearing her mother's violence. Not that it wasn't quite it. No, that wasn't quite it. She kept bearing Rosa's assault, muttering that over and over. Jesus. Rosa tried to hit, tired from hitting her daughter, breathing so hard her shoulders shook. Maria grasped her hands together, withstanding it, hoping her mother would return soon. After hurling those words at Maria, Rosa left in the direction of the guest house, leaving Maria behind. Maria forgetting even thought that it was okay to cry. Kept staring down at the jack-o'-lantern candy that had been trampled beyond recognition. Fuck off.
どこ行ってたの？
ごめんなさい。バラが素敵だったもので、ついつい。
ローザ、早く荷物を置いてこいよ。兄貴んとこへ挨拶に行こうぜ。
ん？マリアちゃんはどうしたんや？まだ花壇におるんかいな。
Yeah, sure.
ええ。気に入ったバラがあるみたいで、世話をするって言って聞かなくて、しばらくは好きにさせることにしました。
女の子には女の子の世界があったことを、私たちはたまに忘れるわ。時には尊重してあげないとね。
そうね。お気遣いをありがとう、キリエ姉さん。ゴーダさん、私たちの部屋はどこ？
ご案内いたします。お荷物をお持ちいたしましょう。
結構よ。自分で持てます。ありがとう。
Rosa went into her room, guided by Goda. She then closed the door somewhat violently and threw her luggage on top of the bed. She got down on her knees in front of the bed, burying her face in it. For a while, Rosa made it as if to shred the sheets with her fingernails, sobbing constantly.